You're doing the interview. You do the intro.
Oh, I'm doing the intro?
Yeah,
okay, fine then. Hi, everybody. Welcome on back to this week's episode of Beyond the Controller podcast. I'm your co-host, Anthony is Awesome.
And I'm your other co-host, Lynxx. And
Not only is he the co-host,
I'm going to apologize in advance. I do sound a little shitty. I'm a little under the weather, but podcast comes before health.
Wow, you make me sound like a horrible co-host. Podcast does not come before health. You know that.
He threatened to kick me off if I wasn't here today.
Stop. How would this be Beyond the Controller podcast without you, though?
That's what he said. He guilt-tripped me and gaslit me into doing this podcast today, even though I'm not feeling well.
All right, bet. Screenshot the text messages where I said that.
Nah, you turn Snap on delete after viewing.
Oh, whatever. You're such a liar.
I'm lying. I'm just joking. I chose to be here. And
I love you for it.
I love doing this podcast. And I love you.
And I love you. And it's great. It's fantastic
I was saying
to see
that
a cute
I love
face.
you to the viewers.
Wow. Okay. That's
right,
just
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you, Anthony.
So how did that date go?
I never got out to it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had a rain check. Because I didn't get... Dude, this weekend has been a long weekend.
Yeah, you want to tell me about it?
Yeah, bro. I went dancing on Friday. A little country two-stepping. Swing
little
dances.
boot scooting boogie.
A little boot scooting boogie. Yeah, stayed out until 3 o'clock in the morning. Got home. Went to bed around 4. Then woke up at 7:30. Got my things together. Made a 3-hour drive out to go see my buddy. Take graduation photos for his girlfriend. And then we went out that night also. Stayed out until 2 or 3. Went to bed at 4.
Party animal. Did you stay in a hotel or did you stay with your friend?
I stayed with my friend. I stayed with my friend before, though. He stayed with me.
Valid.
And I don't trust any of the hotels that were out there. Yeah, very sketch. But, yeah, and then woke up at 9 the next morning. Went golfing.
Did you get sunburned?
Dude, I've been getting sunburned.
It's just because you're pale.
Yeah. Well, nude. I'm, like, dark. Like...
Nude?
See the tan line?
Oh, my. That is quite the tan line.
It looks like I'm wearing a white T-shirt under all my clothes.
I'm going to need to see this after this podcast,
okay.
Just so you know.
But yeah.
All right.
You know, it's been an eventful weekend. Very tiring.
I didn't have much going on this weekend. I worked Friday and Saturday. So for those of you who don't know, I work at a university as an assistant director of admissions. And this last weekend, we had 2 really big in-person events. And so both days was like arrival by 7:30, by 7:20. Yeah. And my typical work schedule is like 8 to 5 typically. But this weekend we had to, make some special arrangements and show up early because of the events. And so did that on Friday. Then I streamed. Saturday I went and to the event, got home, was with my roommates and my friends, my besties, and was like, I told my best friend, I was like, I'm going to go home. I'm going to my room and I'm playing video games. I'm avoiding people. I'm done for today. Like, I am over it. And I told her husband the same thing, and he was like, yeah, I'm just going with it, like whatever. I ended up streaming GTA RP naturally because I'm addicted. I'll be the first to admit, as will many other people, that I have a problem when it comes to playing that game. Actually, no. Friday I played Fortnite. And I think I played some Disney Dreamlight Valley as well. Come to think of it. So I have the battle pass for Fortnite, so I've been a lot more invested in that. I have really bad game ADHD and actual ADHD, so I just kind of jump around from game to game until I get bored with it. Like DDDV, when it came out, I was really excited about it, and then I just kind of trailed off. Fortnite, I hadn't played Fortnite technically since like 2017-ish, 2018-ish, and when they introduced the no build mode, I kind of fell back in love with it.
Yeah.
So it was a fun time. Just did some relaxation, chilled out, hung out with my friends, and we just, enjoyed some pizza on Sunday. Or no, it was a Saturday. It was Saturday. We enjoyed some pizza on Saturday. There's this place called Jet's Pizza. Amazing, like 4 corners type pizza, like so good. It's
Ooh.
addicting.
Pizza
But
sounds kinda
yeah,
good right now.
I didn't really do much this weekend besides work, and gaming, of course.
Yeah, I wish
Which
I
is
had gotten a
natural.
game this weekend.
You were busy with people though.
Yeah,
you're
I was with,
you were busy with people in a fun way. I was busy with people in like a job way.
it was. I had a lot of fun, but yeah, I'm very, very tired.
I believe it. Well,
I think I might be getting sick 'cause I'm so exhausted.
the nice thing is today is a day where it's literally all about you. We're
I
gonna be
love
interviewing
these days.
you. Shut up. You're already full of yourself. It's fine. But before we begin the actual get to know you session, I have a little thing that I'd like to do. All right. I want you to pick a number 1 through 3,000.
Can I have Siri pick?
Sure.
Because I can't make decisions. Hey Siri,
I'm aware.
pick a number between 1 and
Indecisive.
3,000. 1,085.
1,085. I almost pulled it open to that exact page.
Ooh.
Oh, you said 1,085. All right. So 1,085. The question is, what is your favorite spa service, massage, facial, etc.?
I have never experienced any of those.
Which would you want to have then?
Would going to a chiropractor kind of be like a...
No. We're talking like massages. We're talking like somebody really getting into your skin.
I'd probably say a massage then.
I would say the same thing. Don't get me wrong. I went to Sports Clips.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's what it's called.
Oh, and they do that.
And they do that they gave me the VIP service.
Ooh.
And so they took a nice warm tea tree covered towel when I went to shampoo and wash my hair, and they put it over my face and covered just enough so that I could breathe out of my nose, and they just massaged my face. And when I tell you I relaxed in that chair and was on the verge of falling asleep,
Yeah.
I was on the verge of falling asleep in this chair.
It just, I don't know, something about it kind of stresses me out. Because they cover my face and it's just my nose. I can't see what's going on. And then I'm just inhaling steam from these warm ass towels. It just, I don't
What,
know.
you worried somebody's gonna come up and do the grapefruit technique on you without
Maybe.
warning, or what?
I just want a warning.
You ever see that video?
Yeah.
She's like, man, women, if you get your man in the bed, you want to add some spice to your sex life. Go ahead, blindfold him. Be like, honey, I want to do something real special tonight. I want to blindfold you. Make sure you cut a hole in the grapefruit just to know the size of his thing.
Okay. I think they get it.
Sorry, I have
think I
watched
get
that
it.
video way too much. It's so good though.
Oh, man.
For all of those of you that are in the younger audience, we appreciate you. Sorry for our nonsense. My nonsense
this is
mostly.
PG-13, man.
Ain't nothing PG-13 when we swear like sailors.
Yeah.
That's not how that goes. But so, were you excited to get started? We're gonna learn a lot about you today.
Yeah.
So to kind of give some background on this and how this came about, we've introduced ourselves on Twitter. We've kind of introduced ourselves in the pilot episode, which we know was that's all I gotta say.
Shitty. Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
An absolute wreck of a show.
It was awful.
And so I was thinking the other day, as we were trying to plan out what our episodes were going to look like, and I was thinking, why don't we go a little bit deeper into who we are as content creators, as people, and just kind of do this as a Twitch Tales get to know the host.
Yeah.
So
I'm
today,
excited. I can't wait to talk about myself.
you're such a liar. You have such a hard time talking about yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Unless somebody prompts you what
True.
to say. So we are going to open it up with just kind of the general question of So introduce us to who Dylan is.
Dylan is probably one of the most handsome, funniest, good-looking Riz god that you've ever met in your entire life.
The hell is Riz God?
You don't know what Riz is? What? It's like
Should
that's
I?
like that's like game, you know? Like
Is that a your generation thing?
yeah. I forgot you're old.
I am not old, bro. I'm 28.
Anywho,
You're what, 23?
no, I'm 21. About to be
You're
22.
20. Wait, really?
Yeah,
Holy shit, you're young as fuck.
I know.
No wonder you my baby.
But yeah, no.
Oh, look at that blush. All right, now put the cringe away.
All right. But yeah, no, I'm a content creator in a different niche of the content world now.
Well, hold on. Okay, so you said now.
Yeah.
All right, so now.
I was in the Twitch game and all that. I'm still gonna do it here and there.
He said I was in the Twitch game. It's not a game. It's a scene. It's
I know.
A
Well,
vibe.
that's what I meant. Look, how about you just let me talk, old man?
I'm gonna fuck you up. In your sleep.
But yeah, I'm a photographer and videographer. I explore all avenues of like the different niches and stuff of photography and videography, but I'm trying to stick to automotive because I think cars are cool. Yeah, that's
Give us
all.
a little background in terms of like where you from.
Oh, where I'm
you
from?
know,
I'm from this itty bitty small good for nothing town called Nocona. It's yeah, it's super small town. I used to do cowboy shit,
really?
Yeah.
Like what?
like pushing cattle.
Damn.
Yeah, just trailblazing.
For a farmhand, you kind of small.
Yeah, no, I was not very valuable at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have imagined. I've been watching Yellowstone. Some of them farmhands be beefy.
Yeah, no, it's hard work. It's hard work. But yeah, no, I used to do cowboy shit, and then moved out here to go to college, and then dropped out, and then yeah, I'm just kind of floating around, and now I'm like getting into photography and stuff. But now I live in Dallas, the Dallas area.
Big old D.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all who don't know, I'm originally from San Antonio. So
Yeah.
Dylan and I, even if we didn't have Twitch in common and bond over that, we definitely have Texas in common and bond over that for sure.
Yes.
All that to be said. So you mentioned, right,
Mhm.
that you started in the Twitch scene, Twitch vibe. Kind of talk to me about, you know, what got you started in Twitch and and essentially content creation.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of time on my hands during the pandemic. So
Who didn't?
Exactly.
Especially with the layoffs that happened.
Yeah. I started watching a bunch of Tim the Tap Man during that time. And it kind of inspired me to, you know, give it a shot. I met some really cool people. Eli Delights, Lynxx. He doesn't even stream anymore. He's doing like heavy metal stuff. It's pretty cool.
I'm surprised there.
A few other people that I just won't mention. And yeah, it's been all around fun. I still stream here and there, but yeah, I've just
You a
been trying
dick.
to focus on
You know exactly what you do is stop gaslighting me, bitch.
I'm not gaslighting you. That's not gaslighting.
Other people I won't mention.
That's not gaslighting.
I'm sitting
you
right
okay?
here and you ain't even
Do you
going
hear
name
yourself
me?
right now? You sound insane. You should be
Brother.
medicated.
Brother.
Brother. I also met Anthony through streaming. Whatever. But yeah, and then yeah, I started looking into the photography genre, and yeah, I came across some other inspirations. I don't remember their names, But
So how long were you in Twitch content creation world or
Oh.
streaming world
for
before you made that switch?
a few years.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I started in pandemic, and then like
the epidemic.
the
Started the epidemic.
yeah. But no, I started in the pandemic, and then I'm just now like really focusing on photography. Late last year to this year.
Okay. So when you started on Twitch, right? Talk to me a little bit about what your content was originally. And you've mentioned kind of your evolution from Twitch content and gaming to now this photography side of content creation. So talk to me a little bit about, what you started as and what you see the differences are now.
Yeah. So I started playing Call of Duty on my Xbox, streaming directly from Xbox onto Twitch. Using my Kinect camera.
PlayStation's better.
Shut up. This is not about you. This is about me. Me. It's my episode.
Technically, it's still our episode. You just
it's
happen to be the
about me.
focus.
It's about me. Anywho. Thanks for interrupting. Now I started streaming on my Xbox. Used my Kinect camera as a webcam. It was very, very booty cheeks.
Actually, I think you sent me a clip of one of your original streams off of your Xbox. It was
Did
the
I?
one where I think it was the Layers of Fear
Oh, of me
one
screaming.
where
Yeah.
Was that off your Xbox and
That
the Kinect
was
camera?
That was
Okay.
off my Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, and then I was doing that for a while, and then I finally bit the bullet and got a PC. I love it, even though it's starting to slow down. I need to do some upgrades on her.
Are you petting your PC
I
right
am.
now as we're talking?
I am.
Oh my God.
Like
I can just see your arm doing this, and I just know that you're petting your
little
PC.
baby. Oh, baby, you could do this.
Parental guidance is advised.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I need to do some upgrades on my PC. But other than that, yeah, and then my grandfather does photography. Some other people in my family do videography. So I was like, yeah, I'll look into it. And I got my camera and just full sent it. And so yeah, I'm trying to make it my full-time business. Plus I'm also thinking about like making YouTube videos over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I
starting to
mean-
make YouTube videos.
There's a lot in that market for sure.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest difference between your Twitch content and your photography content?
I don't know. I personally feel like I have more creative freedom over what I can do with my pictures, videos, stuff like that. Because like when you're streaming, sometimes when you're on online games, like you don't know what's gonna happen. So like you can't really plan for that. But I can plan for what's gonna be in my shoots and all that and my edits. So I just feel like I have more of a creative
Can we talk
outlet.
about these plans that you supposedly have? What does a plan for photography content look like for the D underscore
It is a
Lynxx?
lot more planned than my Twitch streams. I'll tell you that. Yeah, no, I just kind of think to myself, okay, like, what do I want?
What
in
a
this-
wonderful world.
Yes. But no, I just think to myself, what I want in these shoots, the end goal. You're singing it right now, and I know you are.
At
can
least I
read
didn't
your lips.
interrupt you that
I know.
time. You distracted yourself with that one.
But yeah, I can plan them out, get them where I want them, and then I have control over my subject, stuff like that. I just bow down.
You said control over the subject, so I'm just
The subject is me
in this event.
in this event.
I think the one thing that I absolutely love about photography and videography is that you can have a general goal in mind And then it's just about how do you get to that goal,
Yeah.
or how do you capture those moments, right? So previously, you and I discussed the difference between videography and cinematography, and how with cinematography, there's a script, there's a process that is undergoing during everything. There's lights, camera, action, and you're going by the script. You're following the scenes, and there's some ad libs by the actors and whatnot, but for the most part, they follow the general direction.
Right.
Whereas in videography, which I love during our discussion too, was for me when we talked about like having a plan. It was that the plan is, here are the key things or key moments that I want you to capture.
Yeah.
But they give you the creative freedom to capture that how you, as the person with the creative eye, is able to make that image, that moment, speak volumes to those people, you know?
Yeah, and here lately, my best friend has been Pinterest. Because during the graduation shoot, I used Pinterest just to like look at other ideas of graduation photos, stuff like that. That and Instagram Reels, because on my photography page, which I have changed the name of, it's no longer Dylan Cook Productions. I will get to that here in a minute. And then, oh shit. Yeah, I'm on the photography side of Instagram Reels. And so.
What was the shit?
Because I burped.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Oh, it was just. It wasn't audible.
It was one of those like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
One of those little bubbly
Those
ones.
are always the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the photography side of the Instagram Reels, and there's a lot of inspiration there. Anthony, where's your
so
cup?
Instagram Reels. Instagram
Where
Reels
is your cup?
It's right here. So Instagram
Put your
Reels.
water in the cup. You animal. God.
So Instagram Reels.
I think we're heathens.
So Instagram Reels.
Yeah, what about them?
So what are some of the things that you're finding that are you able to create kind of your own moments and shots with those as inspiration, and just trying to figure out, how do you blend some of these things together? What does that look like?
Yeah, so some of the Instagram Reels I see are like tutorials on like Photoshop or Adobe Lightroom. Some of them are just like they're called speed ramps. It's like, you know how it goes from like ooh, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some inspiration for that, some tutorials on that, other people's pictures and edits that they do. Yeah, that's just some of the bare minimum things that I see. There's so much more to it, like cinematography stuff that I see that's really amazing. Business marketing videos that videographers make. Yeah, just such a big world of different stuff on Instagram Reels that just come across my page. I love it.
I'm thinking to myself, if I scan the barcode on your hat, what's going to be the thing that pops up?
Let's find out.
Wait, you have a barcode scanner?
Yeah. Or hold on,
Does that say primitive?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, while you're downloading that, even though it's not important. So, one of the things that you can talk a little bit about is the editing process, right? So
Yes.
as somebody who has self-taught editing skills for Twitch and trying to create my own content, I will say that I have leveled up quite a bit from like my early days of video editing to where I am today.
Yeah.
I can do it a little bit quicker. I kind of know the formatting and whatnot. But what would you say was the most challenging piece, switching from being a Twitch content creator to now being focused on photography, videography? Like, what's been the biggest challenge for you?
So there's so much more that comes in to editing videos. Hang on, I'm trying to scan my hat.
I'm aware. I think the barcode's busted. Oh, it says something.
Come here,
Why
you
don't you
fucking-
take the hat off?
I don't wanna.
Oh, what's the hair look like underneath?
I'm training it right now to go back. You know how it used to be long?
Yeah.
I'm just training it to go back, and I don't know what it was gonna do.
I really like your long hair.
I liked it too. That's why I'm gonna grow it back out. But it looks a little
Like,
fucky.
Your
right
long
now.
hair was really hot.
Oh,
Just saying.
thanks. Yeah, I saw a picture of my long hair the other day, and I was like, "Damn, I look pretty
Yeah.
good."
I hear that there's some awkward phases of when you're growing your hair out.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, barcode doesn't
Ah.
scan for anything.
All right, so then it's a worthless barcode.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, no.
So back to the challenges.
So there's so much more that goes into like the video editing process, like color grading.
What is color grading? Talk to me like I'm stupid.
So that's like enhancing the colors in your videos. So like right now, let's take Picket for example.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take that red in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's just enhancing some of these colors to make it more vibrant.
Gotcha. Okay.
But-
Okay.
You have to make everything match, or it looks like shit.
Hmm.
So like, I've seen some people color grade way before they ever edit their video. So okay, hon. Here's an example of shitty color grading. My Last of Us video.
Mm-hmm.
You know the part where I'm walking past the camera in the woods and it's really dark?
Yes.
I color graded that whole entire clip. I should have like made it a little bit brighter and make it a little bit, so you could actually see me.
Mm-hmm.
I made it way too dark. As an example of bad color grading. But I'm still learning.
Right.
Yeah, and then editing photos, there's a lot that goes into it. Like, for one of my shoots, I completely removed a car out of the background. The rolling shots that I did of my buddy's Mustang, there were signs in the background that I took out. So it's just a lot of trying to make everything match up and disappear.
Can you make me disappear? I'm just
Man, I've been trying to make myself disappear, dog.
I promise you, we're okay.
A little bit.
So I know that, back when you got back from London, you had talked to me a little bit about a collaboration that you were looking forward to that you had just
Yes.
gotten some wind of. Talk to me a little bit about this collaboration that you're looking forward to, and who is it with? What details can you give us?
I don't know if I can say who it's with yet.
All right, just give us
'cause
what you're excited about with it.
I'm excited because, one, I have to go back to London for it.
Maybe this time your photos won't delete off of the Google Drive.
I'm not using Google Drive. I'm going to upload
Ever
them
again?
just to my computer. Not these pictures. Hell no. I'm just going to upload them to my computer and leave them. They're going to stay on my computer.
What about an external hard drive? Do you feel like that might be a little bit safer?
I will lose it.
In facts.
But yeah, no, I have to go back to London for it, which I'm so excited. I'm going to be in London for a month.
Can I come visit?
A month. Yeah, dude.
Sweet.
We have to get like a hotel or something because I'll be staying with my mom's mentor.
You said I'll have to get a hotel or something?
Oh, we can both get one.
We can share a bed again?
Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit.
All right, because we didn't get to cuddle when we were in
I know.
Texas.
Hey,
I was really
even
sad
better,
about that.
we're gonna cuddle whenever we're in London.
Hey, yo.
That'll be sick, huh?
Hey, yo.
Dude, we can go get a lock and put a lock on the London Bridge.
And put our initials on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
Oh my god, it'd be adorable.
But yeah, no, this particular individual shoots for Vogue. That's as much as I can say about it. He wants to meet with me. My mom's mentor put in a good word because she knows him personally.
Is
Very
Vogue a
well known.
French thing? A French thing. Is Vogue a UK thing?
It's European.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
This shows you how much I pay attention to stuff like this.
Well,
I don't.
I'm not entirely sure where Vogue is. So I mean, I don't know like where
I
it's
just
based
know-
out of.
That's Vogue, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
For those of you who are wondering what just happened, go watch the YouTube channel. It's great.
It will make you cringe.
But
Yeah, so I'm going to be in London for a month.
that's exciting for you.
It is
I'm excited for you. It's gonna be sad because our podcast is gonna be all wonky.
Nah, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you've got a crappy sleep schedule anyway, so I think it'll be just fine. You'll probably
Yeah.
still be on American time even if you're England.
Right.
That didn't sound like English.
But I knew what you were saying, though.
I'm glad that you understood my communication because there's a lack thereof with that moment.
You said I got a wonky sleep schedule
Wonkly?
anyways. Shh. And I'll probably still be on American time while I'm there. That's what he said.
Thank you for translating that.
You're welcome.
That's fantastic. So, you've been into videography, you've been into cinematography, or not cinematography, sorry, photography. What have you found to be just the pure passion and just like love? So you mentioned the creative freedom, but what has been your favorite aspect of making that shift away from Twitch into this new scene?
I don't know. I feel like it is the creative outlet. I can do whatever I want. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have any bounds. Like, I don't have Twitch TOS to worry about. Like, okay, if I start posting YouTube videos, I have to be careful on YouTube videos, of course. But, like, I could go out and do boudoir. I could go out do
What's
school photography. Boudoir is like a little more rated R stuff.
Gotcha.
It's
so it's a do not Google
more,
kind
it's
of
more
thing
about
while you're at
women
work.
empowerment,
Oh, interesting.
basically.
Rated R. I'm gonna
a
Google
little
after
more
this
explicit.
episode.
Yeah, just Google after this episode. It's actually a really interesting niche. But yeah, I have so many avenues that I could go down.
So, you mentioned that your grandpa did photography.
He
You
still
mentioned
does.
a couple other things related to that. What are some of the projects or things that you've worked on that that have allowed you to explore this? You mentioned a video of your buddy's Mustang. You mentioned the cinematography thing that you attempted with the Last of Us video.
Yeah, it's just Last of Us video is a big one because that's a different that was cinematography. It's different from what I'm used to. Never done anything like it before.
So you're pushing your boundaries.
Yeah,
Love
pushing
it.
my boundaries. I get out of my comfort zone with stuff.
Unless it's staying in my house. I'm just kidding.
Like sitting in the back of my car while my buddy drives so I can get pictures of my boy's Mustang while driving. That was wild. I didn't bring my harness or anything, so I was just kind of sitting back there with my arm like over the seat. Very sketch. Very
It's
sketch.
terrifying.
Very scary. Yeah, like I was like holding the hatch shut while we were going down the road, and then whenever we got ready, I just opened it up, and then it was cool.
You daredevil, you.
But yeah, there's a lot of different stuff you can do with automotive photography too. I've always wanted to do the rolling shots, and I finally got to do it, and that was a lot of fun. Do a little product commercials too. I worked on with my mentor and my old teacher, which I still haven't edited yet because I've been so fucking swamped. But yeah, it's just there's just so much I can do with my time, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's it's nice to have that flexibility, especially when, like you said, you're not limited by somebody's terms of service, and you definitely have the ability to kind of create your own magic. If you
And
will.
I don't have to wait for the payout dates. I can just fucking get paid for a shoot that day. It's pretty cool.
This is true. So of the shoots that you've done, has there been a favorite that you've already completed and accomplished?
Oh man, there's a few that I really liked. Number one will probably be the commercial that I shot with my mentor. Because we, not only did we shoot this commercial, but we got to kick back, bullshit together, you know, talk about things that happened in our class, gossip about people. But
Talk about the lack of a plan and not knowing exactly what y'all wanted to do when you got there.
yeah, no, it was kind of a shit show because we had no idea. We didn't even have a subject yet.
So what did you do?
Oh, I had a case of beer in the back of my car from New Year's, and I was like, "You can just shoot this." He's like, "Okay." So yeah, we just did a beer commercial.
So when you think about everything that you've mentioned automotive, right? You have a really
Yes.
big passion for that. Where would you see yourself going? Like if you had no limits and if you weren't worried about like finances or anything like that, like where would you take this? And then the second part would be realistically, what is your plan and what would you like to achieve?
Yeah, so if I had no limits, I would go to any length of like trying to get dealership deals, you know, like their cars that just come in that they're trying to sell, take pictures for their marketing team, get actual brand deals with the manufacturers. Like one of the people that I follow on Instagram that I get some inspiration from, they just did a brand deal with Bentley and made a commercial for them, which is super sick. Because he had to go to London. He was in London a week before we went. But yeah, my end goal is to be able to, you know, work with these manufacturers and maybe one day do cinematography, but in like the commercial world, you know.
So would you say that commercials are classified more as cinematography and not videography?
I would, yeah, no, commercials are definitely cinematography.
Okay.
Depends on like what they're wanting.
Valid.
Like, you know, like the Chevy truck commercials.
I don't watch TV that has commercials.
I'm trying to think, because like I don't know, it's just that cinematography. Them just driving down the road with it. Them
Trying to create certain scenes.
Yeah.
Or like, kind of like they have a plot or a direction that they really are trying to portray.
yeah. Like, God, Bugatti just did this really, really cool commercial. Where the Bugatti is like drifting around, and it's like does a turn, and then it turns into that iconic little circular bit on the Bugattis. You know what I'm talking about? Like on the side of the
Yeah, I
cars.
know. Yeah.
It transitioned into that. It was seamless. It was perfect. It was beautiful.
So the second part of that question being, you know, looking at where you're at currently and like being a little bit more reality checking, what are some of those things that you're looking at doing to set yourself up to be able to have some more of those deals and, you know, build your brand essentially? Because when we think about content creation is really about building a brand.
Yeah.
And people know you for your brand.
Yeah. So, like I said, I just redid my name, my brand name. It's Misfit Multimedia.
That's what that was. I saw that on
Yeah.
my Instagram that something had switched over, and it
Yeah.
said like, Dylan and you follow this this page. And I was like, what? I was like, what is? I quickly saw it, and I was like, I just saw the word misfits, and I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I'm thinking about with this next paycheck, I might get some business cards made.
Okay.
And then whenever I'm just out and about, and I see a cool car, just leave my card.
That's actually a pretty smart idea because,
Yeah.
a lot of times people are really like, you think about the TikToks and things where there's photographers that are out on the street. They literally just walk up to somebody and they're like, hey, can I take your photo?
Yeah.
Right. And those videos blow up, especially when you post the results because people want to see the process.
And I'll definitely like carry on my GoPro or something and like film me putting the card on there. And like if they reach out, I'll like make a deal about it. You know what I mean?
That's
Because that would be a cool like little storyline just for TikTok, YouTube.
It
Stuff
would
like
be,
that.
especially like each of it could be like its own little chapter.
Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic. And I think that you've got a lot of cool things that you're working toward with this.
I got a long ways to go, but I'm working on it.
So, mentioning that content creation is really about creating a brand and people knowing your brand, what do you want your brand to be? How would you describe your brand currently, and what do you want it to be?
Like in what sense do you mean?
So, like, for example, my brand on Twitch is I am a welcoming, fun, kind of quirky creator who wants to make people feel loved, appreciated, and valued for who they are. Right. That's how I would describe my brand in a pitch. That's kind of what I want to be known for. I want to be known as the guy who engages, the guy who is sincere and genuine in all of his interactions. So for photography brands, they're known for their images and just their style. Like think of an artist, the artwork. Like how would you want your brand to be able to be like recognized the same way that you've recognized other creators that you get inspiration from?
Right.
How do you want your brand to be recognized?
So, my most recent shoot with my boy Chase, his Mustang, you can tell that all of the pictures do look similar in like the color scheme. It's very dark. It's very moody. I like that feeling of just like moody, dark, and I feel like it makes most things look way more sick than they actually are. You know what I mean? But yeah, and I don't know. That's all I could really think of right now is just like the darkness.
So, looking at where you are currently, you've rebranded your Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning on rebranding any of your other social media?
My current YouTube channel right now will probably be rebranded over to Misfit Multimedia. I'm gonna have to do a contract with myself just to get that sorted out, buy it for myself. That's gonna be tough.
How many subscribers does that channel have, out of curiosity?
I think it's around 32.
Okay.
It's not terrible,
So-
but most of that is from my gaming videos I used to make.
So I was gonna say, where do you see the benefit of just buying out that YouTube channel and holding on to that audience versus starting on a clean slate?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, part of it's like, I really just don't want to make another YouTube channel. But I mean,
Because wouldn't it be easier to just make another YouTube channel?
yeah, probably.
These are the things that I think about
Yeah.
when it comes to certain.
Yeah.
Because that what you just mentioned sounds like a whole ass process that you don't want to get into for like.
Oh, I was just
Ju-
kidding about buying it. Like it's
Oh.
mine. I just gotta change the name and it's mine. Like, it's mine before I change the name. It's mine still.
Gotcha.
I was just joking about the whole doing a contract with myself and buying it out.
I was so confused. I haven't been on YouTube for very long. Let's be real. Um, but okay, so yeah, I mean, do you see any benefit for yourself aside from just the fact that you already have that YouTube channel in place? Aside, like, you would have to go through. Would you leave all those old videos up, or would you?
Oh no,
clean them out?
I've already hidden them because I was gonna do that one other idea that I had called chasing serotonin, where like I try and do a new thing.
I remember that.
I just never got around to it.
Didn't we talk about that while I was in Colorado?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure we did because I think I was on the way to get Raising Cane's.
Yeah, yeah.
I was on the way to Raising Cane's every time I called you. Let's be honest.
I don't blame you. Raising Cane's is good.
It's so good, and we only have one, and it's in Lansing right now, and Lansing's about like 2-ish hours
Ew.
away, maybe an hour and 40. I don't even know, hour and a half, but yeah, that's the nearest one.
Yeah.
So I'm desperate for Raising Cane's. I'm not that desperate,
Right.
if I'm being honest. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about like where you've come from, where you are currently, and a little bit about where you're going. But we also don't know much about your own just like hobbies. What do you like to do for fun? What do you enjoy aside from gaming and photography in your free time? Is there anything that like you really enjoy to do?
I've recently been getting into golfing. Don't start
What?
Don't
I'm
start.
I'm not saying anything.
yet.
I'm not gonna say anything.
No, I went golfing this weekend and it was a lot of fun. And then, yeah, I got some buddies. I need you to stop laughing.
It was a sneeze. I sneezed.
No, you didn't. Liar. No, golfing's fun.
So sorry. Why are you not looking at the camera?
Because I'm looking at my golf clubs. I have golf clubs. I need to get a driver because apparently I don't have one. Oh well. But yeah. It was a lot of fun. But other than that, I don't really have any other hobbies that I do. I just kind of watch YouTube, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, play games.
So, this is a good question.
Ooh.
All right. For anybody who's interested in potentially getting into photography or videography, what are some of your recommendations on learning or video editing? Like I said, I am self-taught and it's not the greatest. Like I'm nowhere near what I could be if I actually applied some different things. But what advice do you have for folks who are interested in those areas?
So if you don't want to go to school for photography, YouTube. Everything you need is on YouTube.
You want to try saying YouTube like 6 more times but 5 times fast?
Yeah. YouTube. I've messed up like the second one. Yeah, no. Everything that I know about photography and videography has been on YouTube. And you'll even if it's just the basics, and then you want to try and shoot off and do your own thing. That's what I did with the car shoot that I did last. I took everything that I knew and learned off YouTube, and I made my own thing with it. So yeah, go to YouTube. YouTube has everything that you need. And then if you're wanting to start a business, it's hard. It is very hard because you have to get clients. And then we're like, because, you have to build a portfolio. So that means offering free shoots, doing free shoots. It sucks because you're not making money, but, you're still building your portfolio to potentially get you these jobs where you could start making more serious money. Yeah, posting it on social media. Post all your shoots on social media because people are going to see it. It will get you attention. It's become like a must do, There's Facebook groups of like photography groups that could be local to you.
Are we friends on Facebook?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I was just thinking about.
You'll see a lot of embarrassing pictures of me. But yeah, there's Facebook groups of like photography clubs. Those are pretty cool. Great for networking with other photographers. TikTok, you can make some nice little edits on TikTok. But yeah, other than that, it's just something that you just got to dive right in, and it's an expensive career because lenses are probably the most expensive part of it, and like lighting and all the other fun stuff. What was your question?
So I was gonna say that, like, talk to me a little bit about like kind of starting equipment, or what would you recommend people starting with? How would you essentially get started?
Yeah, so Sony's are good cameras, and Canon are really good cameras to use. Sony, well, actually, both Sony and Canon are good for photography and videography. Get you a nice little camera. I got the Alpha 7C. And then I recommend a 28 to 70 millimeter lens. Can be pricey. Oh God, can be pricey, but it's worth it because it can do everything you need it to do. And then yeah, over time, acquire new lenses, but you want some half decent lighting. It doesn't have to be the most expensive one. I use lighting worst case scenario because most of my shoots are outdoor. So I use it very minimally. You want to get a diffuser and something to reflect light off of. For those harsh shadows while you're outside, it will bounce the light back up so you can see more of them. What else? It really depends on the niche. It really depends. What else can I think of? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's really much else that you need. Tripods. They're not that expensive.
Tripods would definitely be a good thing, for sure.
Yeah, they're not that expensive. Small rig makes some really good tripods that I'm about to buy because my mentor.
What was that thing that you just bought that you were super excited about that you kept staring at? Oh my God, bro. Man, nearly
It's
fell
my
out of
gimbal.
chair.
This thing?
Yep, that thing.
Yeah. It's a camera stabilizer. It is very expensive. I don't recommend buying this right out the gate. DJI is a really good manufacturer of these. But there are some cheaper alternatives like Zenhyung, I think it's what it's called. Zenhyung, something like that. They make some really good camera stabilizers. Yeah, just the bigger ones that would be able to support the weight of the lens and the camera, they are a little more pricey. But if you're doing videography, then I highly recommend getting a gimbal.
There's nothing worse that bothers me than when people either don't set the stabilizers properly or you can tell the camera's shaking.
Yeah.
Especially in cinematography. There's one thing if it's intended to shake because it adds to the immersion.
Right.
There's another thing if you're in a still scene where everybody is standing still, there's no like high energy, high octane situation, and you're in an office and the camera is doing this.
Yeah.
Like there should be no reason for it in my opinion, especially if you're going to be on that kind of set.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different topic from what we're discussing.
Yeah, well, some production companies actually put that shake on purpose to make it feel more like you're like actually there. Like it just gives the illusion like someone's like holding it. You know what I mean? So like it looks like you're actually there. I'm not a huge fan of it either.
I don't think it works the way that they intended to, in my opinion. Because in my opinion, if I'm going to a movie, I know that there's a camera. Yeah. Regardless. I know that there's a camera. I know that it's... I'm expecting perfection, essentially, to a degree. Where if I'm going to a movie, I don't want to see the camera shaking unless it's intended to shake. Yeah. Because how many times do you go someplace where you're standing there? Does your head just, like, do this... Now, there are some physical health conditions that will do that.
There is, whenever there's a big gust of wind, I kind of get a little off balance.
But, like, I will also say, like, there are physical health conditions, too. So, like, my apologies on that. But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But, yeah, no, if you get into cinematography and you start, like, shooting cinematography, it will ruin your movie experience. Because
I could imagine
you start noticing so much more than just the camera shake.
Oh, I've noticed a ton of a ton of things, and I'm not even in that realm. I think it's just because I noticed the oddities that aren't necessarily intended to be there.
I watched the 4-hour-long Justice League movie the other day.
Yeah.
And there was a scene in there that really just grinded my gears.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie? Or have you seen the original Justice League?
Long time ago.
So there's a scene where Lois Lane is sitting on the ground with Superman's cape, like reminiscing because she's sad that he's no longer there.
Right.
The way that they brought the camera in, you see it go like this, but it's still moving forward. But like, and then you can tell that they're like having trouble rotating it. It's not smooth, and it bothered me really bad.
My goodness.
I'm gonna throw some shade right quick. Learn your shots, learn your angles, because there's this production company that tried to hire me on, and their stuff sucks really bad because they don't know their camera. They don't have good camera work at all.
Is this like a company that's released movies that we would know?
No.
Okay.
It's a small, like,
it's like a small indie company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like, what are they called? Independent films? Something like that?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was no good. Very not bueno.
I'm just kidding. It just starts getting mad because you actually bumped the dead.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that I love about, today is like, I've known you for some time, right? And I definitely didn't realize how much of this shift you were moving from the Twitch world into, like, I follow your TikTok, I follow your Instagram as well, and so like I've seen kind of the things that you're doing, like the Make It Sexy videos, which I absolutely loved. I'm still waiting on my barbecue sauce video. I know you have a backlog.
Yeah.
But when you started doing that, like, that was really cool, because like the amount of attention to detail, just the way that it was done, like it was great. It was witty. It was just quirky, and just all of you and your personality, like, that came out very well. But I think that this experience has really allowed me to understand a little bit more about how you're divulging and kind of finding your own niche in a way that, this is an area that you've enjoyed because it brings you joy. It's something that you're no longer limited by certain things, such as a TOS or as a video game that you may not know the story about, and you don't know which direction it's going to take you.
Right.
So you don't know how to react, right?
Yeah.
Whereas me, like, I've definitely found my own little spot in Twitch with my own stuff, and we'll get into that next week during my interview episode. So shut your face. So next week will be a lot of fun. I appreciate you taking the time to, talk about your passion with photography. I think that it's It's a cool thing. So tell me, where can people find you and your content?
You can find me on Twitch at D_Lynxx. I'm not super active on there, but I do stream every now and then. You can find me on Instagram at
Media,
oh my God,
Misfits Media.
Misfits Multimedia.
Misfits. Is it Misfits with an S or with a Z?
Misfit Multimedia.
Oh, Misfit Multimedia on Instagram.
Yes. And then I forgot I have to change my TikTok name too. Forgot about that. You can also find me on Twitter at D_Lynxx. I think that's all of my social media platforms. They will be in the description of the YouTube video as well.
Yes, and wherever you can find us. Which,
Yes.
Speaking of us, you can follow us on Twitter at
Yeah.
BTC Podcast GG.
Yeah.
On Twitter. You can also find us on YouTube. If you just search BTC Podcast or Beyond the Controller Podcast, there you can find us. Our profile pictures are literally the same all across the board, which is kind of nice. We keep it consistent. We've also got some cool things in the works for like some overlay stuff and whatnot, and we've got some other interviews
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
I did not, so don't worry.
Sweet.
I keep us on track every now and again. And then you can find me, Anthony's Awesome, over on Twitter and Twitch at Anthony's Awesome, on TikTok at Anthony's Awesome TTV. And we appreciate you for listening to us. Anything to say before we wrap up?
I also want to apologize again because I am very low energy today. So
I mean, okay, so
I've been forced
full
to be here.
disclosure, because of our transparency and because we love you guys, we started recording this episode last week, but I shut that thing down because our energy wasn't there, the organization wasn't there, and it just felt all kind of discombobulated. So what we did was we did the right thing by taking some time for ourselves and just kind of regrouping. We met briefly last night.
Energy.
You still have low energy, but I gotta say today went better.
Yeah, no,
it went a lot smoother.
Yeah.
And can I be completely honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
The questions that I asked you today, completely
off the dome.
Yeah. Because I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some questions down this weekend.
So I did not have an outline or anything for this podcast. So we've learned lessons through this process, and one of those is that we need to have an outline, at least to give us a general direction and idea. We have also learned other lessons that I'm not going to say because I don't want to put my co-host on blast because I love him too much for that. And so the reality of it is this. We do this because we love it and we do it for fun. Yeah. We also do it as a means of engaging with each other and engaging with you. But at the end of the day, we want to give you all quality content that you're going to enjoy and enjoy listening to. And so we just took some time to, get ourselves back on track. So we had our little meeting yesterday to discuss quickly what this episode was going to be about. I ended up in a little bit of a pickle with something that happened prior to that meeting. And then he's like, yeah, it could have just been a text message, but we resolved it. And, things happen. Life happens to all of us in different ways. That being said, we love you. We value you.
Yes, we do love you.
And we'll see you next week right here at BTC Podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts.
Bye.
Bye.